What do you think of when you picture the 1920s? The economic boom, the Jazz Age, glamorous dresses and elegant pastures as in Rebecca Gatsby. Oh, and black and white films.
It was a striking decade, and it must have been exciting to be working for publishing at Cambridge. You know, one of our most popular Bibles was printed during this era.
Well, just like the tea service on this table in this lovely library at Girton College where we're sitting now, and the music that you heard earlier on, they all come from 1920s, as does the Cambridge Cameo Bible, first published in 1925. And today, we're going to be talking about the history of that Cameo Bible, the most popular Cambridge Bible still in print. Cameo Bible is a King James Version reference Bible. King James Version was first published in 1611, and Cambridge publishes the King James Version as King's Printer. As a reference Bible, it has cross-references down the centre of every page, linking the different verses in different parts of the Bible, and it has pronunciation marks for difficult names. For example, there's one here, Maher-Shalal-Hashbaz. When it was first produced in 1925, the origination of the Cameo Bible cost £2,297, which was the approximate value of 2 houses, so huge amount of money. But hey, the Cameo is still in print 100 years on, so it's clearly a great investment.
In 1925, when the Cameo Bible was printed, it was done by a method known as letterpress printing. What that meant was that individual characters cast onto metal like this were set backwards into a form, and that was used to create a printing plate to which ink was applied and it was pressed onto the paper. Letterpress printing created editions which were really high quality with a rich and bold image, and also had a tactile quality due to the impression that the type left on the paper. Let's consider a moment the scale of the project though. In the King James Bible, there are over 750,000 words. Each word was set by hand, backwards, using type only this size. Now that was not an easy job to do. It was something which required a skilled operator and dedication to get right. Today, all Cameos are facsimiles of those earlier hot metal printings, and we're really, really glad to be able to preserve the skills of our predecessors 100 years ago.
Cameo was a little bit of a departure from the normal naming conventions because at the time it was conventional to name Bibles after precious stones such as ruby, sapphire, amethyst. Now, we think that this one was called the Cameo, naming it after the jewellery that was popular at the time. The really tiny portable pieces where you had a carved image in relief. It's a very ancient form of jewellery, but it had a resurgence in the late 19th and earliest 20th centuries because Queen Victoria was very fond of cameos. So we think that's why Cambridge chose the name. It's a Clarendon font. Clarendon is one of the early hot metal typefaces, and it was the first officially registered typeface in 1845. It was popular because of its graceful curves and elegant style, good in small print, but also in larger sizes as well, and it was often used for public notices. We found out that it was actually the typeface that was chosen for the American Wild West posters and wanted notices, and I have an example here.
Like all cameos, the Bible is printed on the finest India-style paper. But the unique thing about this edition is actually the leather that's used for the binding style. This is a natural, full-grain calfskin leather, and it's an uncoated leather. And what that means is that the more you use it and handle it over time, the more the leather will develop a unique finish to reflect its environment and its handling. And that really means that each Bible is a personal story unique to you. It's a full yap binding style, meaning the leather cover extends over the page edges, which protects the lovely art gilding in the centre. This Bible carries with it so much tradition that it's inherited over the years, and it's really nice to be holding 100 years of history in your hands.